I mean, obviously very exciting. Cool thing for, myself and my family to experience. And yeah, I mean, I'm just going to get another opportunity, another year to play here. And it's just, I guess, a vote of confidence from the organization and myself. And, I hope to just keep working hard and, trying to become better and, continue to be a good football player.
I need to get a long-term deal done, before having to play that year.
I mean, in my mind, I'm going to play 2 more years before that's going to happen. So, for the time being, I'm just focusing on, new offensive coordinator in here, working hard every day. Like I said, at the time, really cool thing for my family, myself, and was really happy about it. But, there's a lot more work left to be done.
On field, I guess, with Bevel. Just curious your early thoughts on how things may or may not change for you guys.
A lot of tackle eligible pass plays. Yeah, no, we're all still learning the offense and just trying to build some cohesiveness. I think it's going to be a really fun year with our unit. I think we got a great group on the offensive line. So we're just all learning it, and it'll be nice next week once we get out there and are able to run some plays. But yeah, just trying to learn the offense, take as much in as possible, so when we get on the field, we can kind of hit the ground running.
Don't necessarily. You have new faces, obviously, but you guys didn't take a lot of offensive linemen in the draft, so you don't have to bring a ton of guys up to speed. Has that maybe changed the way that you guys are more efficient in meetings and talking with each other?
Oh yeah, like I think this is the best group I've ever been around as far as personalities fitting together. Guys being on the same page, just kind of on the same wavelength. You just kind of got a feel for everybody. And everybody gets along really, really well. There's just a good chemistry in that room, and that's exciting. And I think we do have a good group that we can do some good things with on the field.
Your coordinators, what's the value of having the same position coaches have the same?
Oh, it's huge because he's had a year under his belt, and we've had a year under our belt working with him. So we know how to work with one another, and to piggyback on the fact that we have good chemistry fit in our room amongst the players, coaches as well. It's just a really good fit all the way around, and just a great work environment for us to be able to get better.
It's the best group you've ever been around, with all the personalities and everything.
Yeah.
What can that mean for you guys on the field, and how would you measure what the best group on the field?
I mean, I think a big part, offensive line, we got 5 guys on the field. I think a big part of being able to perform well on the field is, like I said, having that personality fit off the field. So, we're going to have another year. Last year we had some new guys coming and whatnot. This year, we got a lot of the same guys. So there's going to be a level of continuity, and we'll see. But it's going to be exciting to have that group of guys. Like I said, great chemistry. Everybody likes one another. It's just a real good group.
Speaking of Jeff Davidson and the year you guys have worked with each other, you've got a year now with Frank. How long does it take, I guess, for you guys to build that chemistry last season? And now that you, I guess, have that experience playing together, how much easier should it be year 2 just kind of hit the ground running?
Yeah, it's huge just to get those repetitions, even throughout OTAs, with whatever we're doing on the field, just to be able to make those calls, sit in the film room, learn next to one another, just digest as much information as possible together with whoever you're playing next to, and whatever 5 is going to be out there. That's a huge thing because communication and kind of having just that feel of the guy next to you is huge.
The perspective of an offensive lineman, how much does it help, and how much do you appreciate having bookend tight ends and guys up front there that can really change the dynamic of what you guys are able to do both in the run and passing game?
Yeah, like I said, we're still trying to learn a lot of what that's going to look like, and I feel like we'll get a better feel once we're out there in OTAs running around. But there's some new guys in the tight end room who are talented guys, and we're going to be excited to see what they can do, both run and pass game. So, yeah.
It seems like you have a number of guys capable of stepping in and kind of playing that right guard spot. What is that competition going to do to all those guys? Because it seems like there could be a number of guys in the mix there.
Yeah, I think competition is going to be good for everybody. It's just gonna bring out the best, and whoever ends up playing whatever position, whatever 5 are out there, are truly going to be the best 5. So it pushes everybody, and in every aspect to, try and get better in the weight room, film room, practice field, everywhere. So competition's good, and I know we want to breed that at every position.
Offensive line, just the mentality of playing that position. What does it mean that right from the top down, the head coach, even the general manager, they want to run the ball and be a tough team in front? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, that's just part of playing ball. You want to be able to run the football to set up the offense. So like I said, we'll be able to see better what that looks like once we're able to get on the field, and just trying to learn and digest as much of that as possible at this time. I mean, I think that's the big thing right now is being able to learn the playbook. So once we do get out there, you got to be able to execute it. So, it can look good on paper, but we got to be able to go out there and execute.
How do you go about learning a playbook?
That's it. I mean, the coaches kind of. The coaches kind of outline how they install that, and aside from how they outline and install it, I don't want to give too much away of that process, I guess.
You specifically, how do you attack it on your own time, I guess?
Without giving too much away, just broad concepts. I guess that's the best I'm going to answer that right now.
Coach has talked in the past about playing a little bit more 12 personnel. Just from a player's perspective, what are the advantages of doing that maybe? What kind of pressure does that put on the defense?
I think it tries to establish a level of physicality in the game. And I think we will have a better feel of what that will look like I said, once we're able to get on the field. Bigger guys, more running backs on the field, I think that just tries to set the tone of a physical football team.
Did you get any new ink this offseason?
I did. I got my hands, and then Instant Karma, whatever red he used, I had an allergic reaction to. So I had raw hamburger meat on my hands for like 2 weeks. It was pretty gross. But yeah, I finally did it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be so cool. And then it wasn't.
What's your answer?
This is just a desert landscape, and then over here I got a hummingbird. So I got both hands done at the same time, and then couldn't put my hands in my pocket at all. So I was carrying my keys and wallet everywhere. It was terrible.
What do those mean? What's the meaning, or why'd you pick those for the hands?
So obviously I live out in Arizona in the off season, and it's just a place that I really love. And I feel like me and my wife had grown a lot there together as a couple because we kind of took a leap of faith, moved away from everybody we know. We just had one another out there. So it's just a place that means a lot to me. It's a beautiful place. I love it out there. And then similar, like the hummingbird, we get hummingbirds outside of our house all the time, and it's one of my wife's favorite things. So brownie points for her.
They survived the infection pretty well.
Yeah, I just had to go on a cream for like 2 weeks, and I made sure to text it to Kevin, our trainer, if I got drug tested, that nothing would pop up. So, but all good now. Yeah.
One more for you. Do you have to step back and realize this is year 5 for you? It feels like just yesterday you were walking in here as a rookie.
It's year 4.
Sorry.
This is year 4 for me.
Year 4. Time just flies by, it seems like.
It does, because I think about it in terms of, if you go back to college, playing 4 years in college, it's like that flies by. It's like I've spent that same amount of time now here in the NFL. So, yeah, it flies by. You say it goes quick and it sounds cliche, but it's just something that I think you really got to be able to take the time to appreciate it. Days like today where, you're putting the work in today to be able to learn the offense, get stronger. And I think it's important to try to be able to take a step back and appreciate those times, because everybody sees us play on Sunday, but they don't see all the work that goes in behind the scenes.
Have you given much thought to the salaries that tackles and offensive linemen are getting nowadays, and the fact that you're a year away from getting a huge increase in pay?
Yeah, it's something you see, but at the end of the day, if I just focus on getting better as a player day to day, like I said, appreciating days like today where you go and you lift, you run, learn the offense, all that'll take care of itself. Because you get ahead of yourself and then you kind of lose sight of focus on getting better each and every single day.
Last year there was a lot of talk about toughness and starting to establish the run and really be a run-first kind of offense. How much fun is that for you guys? I know you guys talked about enjoying that last year. It seems like it got cut a little short with Carry-On's injury. But how do you guys feel like you're progressing to take the next step to really be that kind of tough-minded team in the trenches running the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all bought into that mindset, and you know, like I said, just with going through the new offense, you know, and installing that, you know, we have an idea what the plays are going to be, but I feel like you have to like check back in with me once we get on the field in OTAs to see what that looks like. Yeah, it's going to be great for us because we want to play physical football. Every offensive lineman wants to play physical football, be able to run the ball. I guess just better for us. So.
Yeah, just one other thing. You're another full year removed from that injury. How valuable is that to you? You have to spend a year out in rehab and all that. Just get ready to play football.
Yeah, I mean, just any time, and I mean, I don't mean to be a broken record, but just to be able to go back to being able to appreciate focusing on getting stronger, conditioning, as opposed to rewind a couple years and you're having to rehab and trying to play catch up. You know, it's just every single day is really valuable because guys don't take much time off in the off seasons now. So as much time as you can get an edge to put the work in is huge. So, you know, I'm thankful for that, and I hope to continue to have a good off season.
Can you hold those hands up one more time?
Sure. No hamburger meat.